Well, Melinda, thank you so much. What a pleasure to get to be with you all and to see dear, dear old friends, my brother, Reverend Yearwood, my sister, Antonique Smith, to see old friends like Jim Wallace and Brian McLaren and Diana Butler Bass and so many other people here. Now, I have the least claim on being here of any of you. I've never risen higher in the Methodist hierarchy than Sunday school teacher. And even that at a, rural church so tell on Christmas Eve and turn a fourth grader into a Palestinian shepherd, that's basically you're in. So, but there are times when being a Sunday school teacher might be kind of useful because you're used to thinking about things in simple terms. And this election couldn't be much more simple. Look, it says there on the very first page of the good book, and the Bible is one of those books, I'm afraid, that a lot of people may not get too far past the first page, but there it says that our job is to protect the earth. That's the first thing we're told to do, to take good care of this place. And Donald Trump has promised that on day one in office, he will drill, drill, drill. He will do everything he can to service his clients in the fossil fuel industry. When you get to the gospel, as Antonique was reading earlier, we're told a few very simple things about um, feeding the hungry, about welcoming a stranger. Donald Trump has promised that he will set up deportation camps in this country and deport 10 million people. People were holding signs at the Republican National Convention that said mass deportation now. How hard is this? That is the literal opposite of welcoming the stranger. So it seems to me that our job couldn't be clearer. And this call is going great tonight, but I think you all have to be doing an even better job of taking up the offering here, because we need every penny we can to make sure that this election comes out the right way. Here's a challenge. I organized Elders for Harris Call a couple of weeks ago, for Third Act, where we organize Americans over the age of 60, and we raised $250,000 in the course of the evening. So there's even more Christians in America than there are old people. So, step it up. Because I don't want to just have Kamala Harris and Tim Walz win this election. I got to say, I want them to crush Donald Trump in this election because I think that's the only chance of breaking the fever that has gripped the country I love for the last 10 years. And and not only is that necessary for all kinds of reasons about public policy, not only is that necessary the practical purpose of loving one's neighbor, but I think it's also necessary for a defense of Christianity in America in the 21st century. Because truthfully, we have allowed the name of Christ to be taken by a group of people who are not paying attention to what the gospel says. A document that calls for love and sacrifice and service is being used in the name of grievance and power and hatred. And it's reached the point where I'm always amazed that any young person in this country decides that they might ever want to become a Christian. Because why would you when you look around at what it's come to mean in the world around us? We have some chance of breaking that spell come November, some chance of breaking that evil enchantment that we have been living under. But only if we not just win this election, but win it so decisively that people decide that it's time to think newly about where we are. That's what Kamala Harris represents, some chance to think new thoughts, some chance to break out of the bind that we have been in. It's an unholy bind, and it is time to get out of it and get out of it now. So I'll just end by saying give some money. In fact, give a lot of money. Um, the planet is outside its comfort zone. That's what it means when the poles start melting. Um, our democracy is outside its comfort zone. That's what it means when people invade the nation's capital and kill police officers in order to stop the counting of votes. Well, if the planet's outside its comfort zone and our democracy is outside its comfort zone, then you need to be outside your comfort zone. You need to be doing more than we have done so far. So that's the news from Sunday school, and I'm going to turn it back over to the professionals now and just say enormous thanks to everybody who organized this call, including my old dear friend Anna Jane Joyner. Um, y'all are doing the Lord's work tonight, and many, many thanks for it.